So before you do your acrylic application, come in and do a dry nail prep. What I'm using is a hand sanitizer. It's a gel. You don't want to apply any kind of lotions or oils to the nail plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a file at 220, 280, really soft. You don't want to etch into that nail. You just want to take any kind of shine that's on that nail off. I'm going to come in with a nail dehydrator. And it just brings that nail up to a proper pH. I'm going to use a form. So a lot of times it's always good to go ahead and bend it, get it all pliable before you put it on the nail. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it under the nail, try to find those corners of her nail. Stick it up under there. You have that line going down the center with the number 1, 2, 3 all the way through 6. So you want that to be on the middle, going down her natural nail. And you want a nice little you want a nice little arch in there. So you have a nice concave nail. If you want, you can take your acrylic brush, put in a little powder, and you can go up under that form so you have a nice. Now if you have, sometimes you'll have a gap in between her natural nail. Her nail's pretty short. As long as you have the corners tucked in of the form into her nail, you can bring that acrylic right down in there and then go ahead and build that nail. Alright, so you can pinch in the sides. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that at this point. So the nail's been primered and ready, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up some monomer. Now a lot of times what I do is I'll go in and I'll just run the brush along the rim of the dampened dish and then go in and just pick up some white powder. Now the ratio wise, you want your brush to, the acrylic to kind of look a little dense. So that means that you have a pretty good ratio. Drop it down, and if it's not running, then you know that you're doing pretty good with the ratio of the monomer to liquid or monomer to powder. I'm using a number 12 round brush. Pretty much you can kind of choose what kind of brush you feel more comfortable with. So this is pretty much like for any, like if you have customers that are professionals, you know, they can't wear the real long nails, but they have to, you know, keep them kind of short, clean. You can look down the center of that form, and sometimes you can see if you're high on one side, low on the other side, if you have any dents, any imperfections. If at that point you want, you can go back in, pick up a little bit of white, and just a tiny bit, because I can see just a little bit of a dent right there, and just fill it up. Now if you were to go ahead and lay down the pink on top of that, you would have a darker color pink if you're going to drag it through. If you're just going to go ahead and lay down your pink on the nail plate and then come in with your clear, you can go ahead and do that as well. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with my white.